Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Extra Cover. So in this week's episode, we got plenty to cover about some interesting news coming from all over the world and including some interesting stories coming from the Sri Lankan camp as well. So with that being said, let's begin this week's episode of Extra Cover. The Sri Lankan squad for the 3 T20 internationals against Australia was named in the previous week, and only 4 players including the captain Lasith Malinga got their chance to get into the squad that toured Pakistan in the previous month. Limited over skipper Lasith Malinga is among the 4 players who have now returned to the Sri Lankan squad for the upcoming 3-match T20 international series in Australia starting on October 27th. Malinga, the wicketkeeper batsman Roshan Dikwella, the batsman Kusal Perera were among the 10 players that pulled out of the recent tour of Pakistan owing to security concerns. The tour of Australia will also see the return of the Kusal Mendis. Meanwhile, in Pakistan, Sarfraz Ahmed was sacked as the captain of the Tests and the T20 sides, considering his poor performances in the 2 respective formats of the game, and Azhar Ali and Babar Azam was replaced as the Tests and the T20 captains. Sarfraz Ahmed has been sacked as Pakistan's captain in Tests and T20 internationals, the country's cricket board announced on Friday. It remains to be seen who will lead the side in one-day internationals, with Pakistan Cricket Board (PCB) saying that a decision will be finalized in due course. Pakistan's next one-day international assignment is not until July next year. The PCB said Azhar Ali will lead the side in Test matches, while Babar Azam has been appointed as the new T20 international captain. 100, the newest format of the game. The draft concluded in the previous week, but interestingly, some big names such as Babar Azam, Chris Gayle and Lasith Malinga went unsold. But more than 300 players were drafted into 8 teams in the 100 tournament. But in the T10 league, 7 Sri Lankan players got their chance to play in the T10 league, which is scheduled to play in November. As many as 239 players from outside the UK have entered the 100 draft. Only a maximum of 24 will get slotted in. 331 domestic players will also be a part of the draft. If a player has entered the draft with a reserve price of GBP 125,000, he has to be picked during the first 2 rounds of the selection, or else he'll go unsold. Players can go for more than their reserve price. However, a player with a reserve price of GBP 40,000 is picked up in the GBP 100,000 round. There are 7 salary brackets: GBP 125,000, 100,000, 75,000, 60,000, 50,000, 40,000 and 30,000. The 3rd edition of the T10 League, which is organized by the Indian company T10 Sports Management, will feature 7 Sri Lankans this year. Thisara Perera has been chosen as an icon player for the Bangla Tigers team, while veteran seamer Lasith Malinga was also returned by the Maratha Arabians. Apart from those 2, Dasun Shanaka, Kusal Perera and Roshan Dikwella are the only Sri Lankans to have secured a position in one of the other franchises out of the players who have played in the 2018 edition. With their dazzling performances in the recently concluded Sri Lankan tour of Pakistan, young leggy Wanindu Hasaranga and attacking batsman Manuka Rajapaksa have also secured stints at the tournament. Now, South Africa is playing a test series in India and they're clearly struggling in the subcontinent, but to add another bit of struggleness into the subcontinent struggle that South Africa is having, they have lost 9 consecutive tosses in subcontinent, and in the 3rd test match they lost their 10th consecutive toss in the subcontinent against India. Now, Faf du Plessis made some adjustments in the toss, but it never worked out for the toss. A rather funny moment was witnessed during the toss of the 3rd test between India and South Africa in Ranchi, as Faf du Plessis brought Temba Bavuma to call for toss on Saturday, hoping to put an end to his poor fortune when it comes to the toss in coin tosses. The move didn't help, as hosts captain Virat Kohli won the toss and chose to bat first. So those are some interesting news which we came across in the previous week. So now let's have a look at the top 5 incidents which were recorded in the previous week.
Walsh Jr. Jonathan Carter had to play that anchor role, but he had to get runs in quick time. This was a mix-up with Carter and Shakib Al Hassan. Clearly frustrated, but it glittered again. Almost could have been a dismissal first ball. The second ball, they were off to a flyer. Nidrash, a little hamstring. That's it. second. Marangiri is a new man. Oh dear! Oh dear, and has he been cotton ball? I think he's been cotton ball off the non-striker. Poor Heinrich Norke. The ball's been hit hard, straight back at him. And I think Shahbaz Nadeem has picked up. Oh, that's hit flush on in the head. He's hurt there. Oh, they poor. Oh, I took his eyes off.
Yeah, for a second I thought it hit him below that rim, the helmet rim. Thankfully it hit him flush on the helmet.
Early tee now. Oh, will take a big out.
Smashed through the cup.
Right, Rohit Sharma goes through with the shot. Gets to his 100 with the 6. Oh, good shot. Will just beat the fielder in, and it's a shot that deserved to go to.
I think wants it before lunch.
Will get there. Well played, Rohit Sharma. The Sehwag's birthday the way that he might have with a 6 to get to a double. A wonderful, wonderful innings from Rohit Sharma.
He gets away. He cuts at this. And he's caught.
Pitch to his liking so far, but oh, that's a good ball. That's a Yorker. Yes, it's out. He's out.
Stark into Rainbird, and Rainbird is bowled. It's a beautiful delivery. Goes around the wicket, bowls Payne, crashes into the leg stump.
Payne.
Stark comes in and cut brilliantly, caught at point.
He's hit in front. Huge appeal, and he's given him that.
Stark in, and this ball has been caught behind. I think you'll find it is. It's another.
And that's it for this week's episode of Extra Cover. Hope you got a fair idea about some interesting news and of course some interesting statistics which we came across in the previous week. So with that being said, please do subscribe to our channel and please do leave your comments, opinions and your thoughts in our comment section as well. So with that being said, once again, it's goodbye from Team Batsman.